Welcome back everybody to another episode. If it's your first time joining us today, go ahead, hit that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell. I'll wait for you. Okay, well let's get to it. So today is actually 2 months of running the Nomo device on the tank. You saw in the last video. If you didn't, go ahead, check that one out. So today we're just going to kind of give a brief overview, kind of an update of what's going on in the Nomo tank. We have upgraded the air pump just because I didn't like the flow in it before. In the last video we did, when we did the pool pond DIY floating planter basket thing, let me know if you guys like that or not. I can do more simple, little, easy to-dos. So we took out the lilies from the Nomo tank, put them into the pond. So now it's looking a little more bare, but the tank is still doing great. I think the guppies are actually breeding still, which means that we're actually gonna have to start taking some out at some point because it's just kind of slowly getting too much. So today we're actually just gonna do the update like I said. So let's go take a look. So here it is guys, the Nomo tank. For those of you who haven't seen the previous videos that I've done about setting up the Nomo tank and what the Nomo is, it's basically a device that works with the undergravel filter and it works with microcurrents. So basically we have the undergravel filter underneath sucking the water through, pushing it back up, and there's two wires, one that comes from the back there to the front, and then another one that runs the entire length of the back and up to the front. And it eliminates the need to do water changes. So I've been testing this. It's been 2 months now since this tank has been set up and running. Everything is looking awesome and great. Plants are doing great. Fish are doing great. We've been seeing breeding with the guppies to the point of we're probably going to have to start taking some out. So a couple updates with the tank so far. We have added a heater in the back, just a simple 100-watt heater because the tank was running a little colder than I would have liked. Another thing we updated is, if you go back to our older videos on the Nomo, is the water flow on the undergravel filter wasn't doing that great because of the air pump. So we actually got a new air pump. It's a Whisper 150. So we have that hooked up, going into double lines. It was a little tricky. I thought maybe just leave them both valves open. It would get the same amount of strength, but for some reason, I had to tweak it a little bit. One's fully open, one not so much. But as you can see, bubbles are going good on both sides. That plant right there, we're gonna have to do some trimming. Keep in mind, I haven't done any trimming, just kind of letting things go naturally and see what happens. So we do have plants that were melting and kind of dying off. I have picked out a few floating pieces that just kind of end up falling off and floating to the top. And in our last video, we took out the lily that was right there in the middle and we put that out in the pond, and I'll show you guys an update of that one coming up in another video, show you guys how that's doing. So what we're gonna do today, we're gonna do a water test on it, kind of see where the parameters lie. But honestly, in this tank, I don't really care what my parameters are because everybody's doing great. Everybody's swimming happy. Everybody looks like they're hungry. Haven't fed them today, and it's getting to that time. But everybody is active. Looks like everybody's kind of scouring around looking for food. So we'll maybe go ahead and feed them also after we check the water parameters. So let's do that. Okay, so we got the water results right here. Everything is looking good for me. So we got, starting from left to right, we got the high range pH, ammonia, nitrites, and nitrates. So the pH looks, I'd say, around an 8, maybe a 7.8. Ammonia looks 0, nitrites look 0, and then we got those nitrates, that bright red, which looks to be probably between 40 to 80, somewhere in there, because the 40 and the 80 on the sheet almost look identical, at least to me, and the 160 just a little darker. So I'd say that it is about 50 to 60, probably somewhere in there. But as you can tell from the tank, everything looks beautiful. So for all you guys wondering, there's no ammonia, there's no nitrite, which means that the cycle is continuing and it is doing its job. Nitrates being high would normally concern me, but looking at the activity of all the fish, we're good. So in case any of you guys are wondering what I feed these guys, it's two things. One, the Pleco wafers, the 2-in-1 food algae, just because we have that algae eater in there wherever he is, right there. And I've noticed the other guys like to pick at it too, so I'll throw one of those in every day or so, along with the Omega-1 Super Color Flakes. And I like these flakes. I like, well, basically all flakes in general, is because you can just crush it up in your fingers and make it as big or as small as you want them. So let's go ahead and feed these guys and hope you enjoy. So there's the Nomo tank. I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think and what you guys' thoughts about the high nitrates situation is, and if that would concern you. Would that scare you away from getting a Nomo, seeing how happy the fish are and the plants and everything and how it's doing? Let me know. Also, you can now get your own Nomo. They actually put them up on their website for sale. It's getnomo.com. I'll put a link down in the description. Go check that out. They range from anywhere from 10 gallon, I believe, to 75 gallon. But go check that out. I'm really enjoying mine. And thank you, like always, for sticking it through another video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you haven't already, go ahead, hit that subscribe button. It's free, only takes a couple of seconds, and it would mean a lot to me. I'll see you in the next video.